Hello, Leo. Welcome to your higher self reading. My name is Jessica, and this is Temperance Tarot. This is a general reading, and this is also for all placements. This reading is going to be for the week of the 22nd to the 29th. All right, Leo. Sorry about that. So, I love to tap into the energy of the signs that I'm going to be reading for. And your energy, it's pretty intense right now. You're doing a lot. There's a lot of things you're working on. And Leo, you're someone that you can keep going. Like you have unlimited energy. Um, at least you like to think you do. Okay, we all have a limit of energy until we stop and recreate energy again. Okay, so I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that we all need to recharge at some point, but you can go a little longer than most people can. Okay, so one thing I heard was it is all working in your favor. So I don't know if you have been facing some obstacles with these cards. I'm sensing that you've been facing some obstacles here. Um, I'm sensing some distractions and also a little bit of a burnout energy here. Okay, so we have the Knight of Disc, we have the Eight of Wands, center of your energy, we have the Devil. All right, Leo, let's talk about that. We have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Lust card. Okay, so let's talk about this really quick here, because what's happening here. So you're definitely you're with the Knight of Swords, I'm seeing you working really, really hard. And this feels like something almost like for you it feels timely. Like you have like a timeline. You need to make, I don't know, either you're working on a project or maybe this has to do with your job. I'm not 100% sure, but you're working on something here. And with the Devil energy in the middle, so I want to say that this is you. This is where I feel like the burnout is coming. And a lot of it has to do with you wanting to prove something to someone or someone's, um, either a group of people. Like I said, I don't know if you're working on something like on a group project, but you're trying to prove a point here. And you're pushing yourself harder than you've ever pushed yourself. And I want to say, Leo, that your hard work has paid off. I'm not gonna lie. I see that it is paid off. And the moments of burnout that you've experienced, for you, they've been worth it. And maybe they have. You know, I know that there's times where we got to push a little harder than other times. Sometimes we got to push to the point where we have nothing left in us. And, you know, no shame on that. That's called being a hard worker and being a go getter. And I think for you, Leo, you're someone that does that in a lot of areas of your life. Okay, you don't like to just sit around and wait around, see when somebody else is going to do it. Like you like to take action. And with the Knight of Disc here is that I'm seeing you taking action in many areas of your life. However, I feel that there's some things here with the Lust card. There's some things that are distracting you that aren't necessarily your responsibility, but you feel for some reason that you need to take action in this particular area. but it's really taking away from what you're truly meant to do. It's depleting you. It's really depleting you, and it's just it's distracting you. I don't know, but for some reason it's just it really is calling for your attention. Let's pull from the bottom of the deck, see if we gain a little more clarity on this. Okay, so we have the two of disc. So this is a card of balance. So we're seeing here that you're kind of, I'm just going to say it how I see it. You're kind of all over the place. And we have here something that is calling for balance. It's calling for not the type of action that you're used to taking. This is actually a very slow paced card. It is calling for change, but also like there's something calming about this card. And I feel that if, I don't know if you see it, but if you submit to this balance, the things that you've been working on, that you've been trying so hard to lift off up the ground, they're going to begin to fall into place. I see the 2, a 4, and an 8. So with balance, things are going to begin to duplicate. Like you're actually going to see that you're going to get a lot more done if you create some balance in your life. And remember, I was talking about the energy, like how you just have more energy than others do. Although that I believe that that's true, I think you can use the energy in a better way. Like you can use it towards things that you know are going to benefit yourself, but also the ones that are closest to you, the ones that you know that the whole reason you're doing all of this is for them. Maybe this is a family, maybe this is a spouse, maybe it's your pets. I don't know, but there's something about the balance and the devil energy here that I feel that this energy is calling you to to submit to this balance. Like the ego needs to submit to the balance because there's a lot. I mean, you have the 8 of wands here that for me, I mean, this is very much about balance as well. You know, balance, structure, um, being more, wise with your choices, not depleting yourself, off of all the energy that you have. Like there's a harmony here. There's harmony and balance. There's harmony and structure. Okay. And I think that's what maybe you're craving that. You're craving some kind of harmony, like peace, Um, all right, higher self. What do you have for Leo? Because I feel like, I mean, this is, I want to say it seems like a little bit of a harsh message, but I don't think it is. I actually feel like it's really loving because it's letting you know, like, hey, this isn't working. So let's let's do something else, okay? And this is confirmation. You have a lot of fear and worry, like, how is this all going to get done? How is this going to happen? I've been working so hard and I feel like I'm not seeing what I should be seeing. And it could be again because maybe you're depleting your energy into other areas that aren't for you, and you don't have enough energy left to do what you really really want to do. But your higher self is here to tell you that help is on the way. Something's coming in that is going to take some of the load off. um I don't know if you're going to create, I don't know if this is someone actual physical, like a person coming in, or this new mindset, the way that you're going to be doing things differently now. Maybe that's going to be the help. Like you're actually going to be helping yourself. But I do feel that maybe this could be you buying a book that is, going to teach you a little bit more about balance and structure. Because I do, like I said, there's just energy kind of feels all over the place. And, when we don't have structure or we don't have, like plans eh, set, where we can see them and we can, kind of hold ourselves accountable to, um, we can just be all over the place. I don't know how else to say it. But anyhow, Leo, I really hope this speaks to you. And, if it does, please like and share. And I will see you guys next time.